Welcome back to Finding Faith and Funny. My name is Chase. This is my podcast, and let me just extend to you a happy Mother's Day to everybody. I know it's not Mother's Day anymore, but it is Mother's Day when I'm recording this. So if this applies to you in any way, whether it's a fur baby, a mother-to-be, a mother of an angel baby, a mother of children, a mother of plants, a bad A mofo, whatever it is, happy Mother's Day. It applies to you. Whether you think it does or does not, it applies to you. So, happy Mother's Day, and again, welcome back to Finding Faith and Funny, the podcast where we explore what role a sense of humor plays in our faith, in our struggles, and occasionally our survival. Now, today's episode is a special one for a couple of reasons. First off, I interviewed my wife, Kristen, which honestly took courage, not because she's scary, but because she knows every single one of my flaws. She knows every bad financial decision I've ever made. She's been around with me. We've had arguments since we got serious back in 2016, 2017. She knows everything. My wife is an East Coast Italian woman from Pittsburgh. I'm a stand-up comedian who once lived in my Toyota Corolla. So right there, this marriage already sounds like a sitcom for CBS that would be canceled after one season. But before Kristen met me, she was a single mom for about 7 years. And this conversation gets real. We talk about motherhood, stress, and faith, and raising kids and relationships, and how sometimes laughter is the only thing that might save you from a bad day. Now, honestly, hearing her perspective really makes me appreciate moms even more, but especially single moms, because moms really are superheroes. Dads are good. Dads are like, hey, I took the kids to the park for 45 minutes. Where's my parade? Meanwhile, moms are the ones that are out there solving a lot of the emotional crises, finding missing shoes, scheduling dentist appointments, packing lunches, paying bills, and somehow remembering every child's social security number just by memory. It makes no sense. And this was a really fun conversation for me. It was honest, it was funny, it was heartfelt, and very fitting for Mother's Day. So whether you're a mom or have a mom or miss your mom or married to a mom or raised by a grandma, an aunt, a stepmom, or somebody who stepped in and loved you when they didn't have to, this episode is for you. This is my conversation with my wife, Kristen. Ready to do this?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I sound like this. It's not getting better.
Maybe it's an infection from your new tattoo.
Wow.
That ink's going right to your throat.
Right to my throat?
Yeah.
Maybe if I knew where my water was, that would probably be great.
Do you want me to find that before we continue?
Yeah, because that'd be really cool since I'm going to talk a lot.
Here.
But do you want me to just keep talking?
Sure. Introduce
Your screen went off. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Kristen. Used to be Diadigo. It's a cool last name. Is it still in the car?
I thought I brought it in.
Oh, it's behind you. Look. Okay. Anyways, hi, my name's Kristen. Used to be Diadigo, and then it was Mitchell, and now it's McPhie. Middle name's Marie, though. That's really cool. That's all. I don't know what else to say right now.
It's not like your mom's where it's like Anna Marie. It's not.
Not two words, one name, first name. No. Marie's my middle name.
We've done a few podcasts before.
We have.
That's great. So this has been my wife.
We have. We did. You did.
We did one together.
We did one together, and then I interviewed you. No, you interviewed me.
Yep, and you interviewed me for one of mine as well.
That's right. We were naked in one of them.
We were.
Yeah.
We were. I was like, did we just? No, we actually were.
We were. Remember, because we even said that.
Yep, and.
Hi, members of my bishopric that are listening to this. There you go. That's great.
So now people are either, they probably don't think this is funny or faithful. It's just ruined
Well, we opened talking about my tattoo, my brand new tattoo. So
it's a brand new you. Actually, it's not.
It's not.
It's enhanced you.
Yeah, it's really fun. Actually, it's a nice little memory of my family. You particularly, just FYI.
Me particularly.
Yeah.
That's good. Because I'm permanent.
Unfortunately. No one knows.
First off, again, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks.
This is the closest I've ever gone to put, because my episodes go up every Monday at 5 a.m. I've never not had one recorded much sooner than this. So this is very at the buzzer.
Well, we've both been very tired lately.
A little bit.
We've both just like fallen asleep and just been asleep. Or the other one's wide awake, and then so we can't interview. Even though I told you can interview me when I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 chance how that'll go. I can't risk that. It's 10:17 right now, and we're not both usually this awake at 10:17.
No, one of us is lately one of us has been snoring or snoring. Me. I've been snoring too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I don't know.
I don't ever really tell you if or when you snore.
You can tell me.
I know I can. I choose not to.
Why?
I love a happy day.
Stop it. I can get mad at you for something that I just do.
I know. Okay. So, I have an angle with everyone where it's not just a conversation about whatever. And so, I have questions directed for you.
Okay.
Before I showed up and lowered your maturity level, what did a normal day look like for you as a single mom?
Oh, okay. Like shortly before you came?
Whenever. I mean, you were a single mom for 7 years?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we got divorced right after he was a year old, and he was a year and a half, and then you came around when Gavin was 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably almost exactly.
So, let's say like somewhere in the middle or shortly before you met me, what was like a normal day when you're not involved in it, it's just you and the Gav in your guys' life?
Oh, like a non-school day.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a lot of questions. I just want to get it right. I don't want to mess everything up on your podcast.
You're good.
Well, that's a great question. So we would, on a school day, obviously we'd wake up and I'd go to work. I worked at Dixie Waste, which isn't around anymore. And he went to school at Vista. Actually, at the time, no, he was at Dixie Montessori whenever you came around. When he came around. We'd come home at night, depending on what night it was. We might have some other activities. He didn't do many like nighttime activities. Did karate for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But really, he was just into music really big. I tried to get him into theater and that didn't work. But like on a Sunday, for example, we'd wake up and we'd get ready. We would try to go to sacrament meeting, but that was when church was 3 hours, and it was very difficult as a single mom to do all 3 hours, especially because I was the primary chorister. And so I had 2 hours of choristering. I don't know what the verb is for that. And so sacrament meeting was hard, but then we'd go to my mom's after church, so that was fun. But mostly like at night, we would watch TV together. Gavin and I are big TV people. We like to watch any competition show, MasterChef, American Idol, The Voice, any of those things we'd watch together. We love to cuddle. That was
you guys were always very tight like that. So I remember one of the first times I called you, he came out of his room because it was late. Mm-hmm. It was like 10:30, 11 at night. You were eating peanut butter. Anyway, while we were on the phone, he came out of his room, and I remember you called him the bug. And he had come out, and then you put him back to bed. Like, you could tell there was a good bond. Like, you were he felt better just knowing you were in the room next door.
Yeah. We used to keep our doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the most creative life hack that you came up with that wouldn't be in a typical parenting handbook?
Oh, for a parenting thing. Oh. That I came up with?
Or that worked for you. Maybe that you didn't invent per se, but like something that you're like typical parent wouldn't look at and be like, whoa.
Learning, when I did all the personal development and everything, and learning that we all have emotions, no matter how little you are, and sometimes their emotions are the same as ours, but they're tiny bodies, so they make it very, very big.
Yeah.
Like Jones tonight, for example. But like, it's a very big emotion for their tiny little body. A lot of people get frustrated about that. And one of my friends, Michael Katz, taught me to be down on their level instead of talking to like at them. So you're down on their level, and it makes them feel that you're an equal. Not that not that you're friends versus being a parent, not about that. You're still the parent and the authority figure, but you're understanding that they're having these emotions and allowing them to have their emotions is probably one of the biggest things that I ever learned.
Which there's days I'm still learning that because I don't handle big emotions great. I've gotten better, but I am scared of my own emotions. Ergo, I'm scared of everyone else's. I'll tell you a life hack that I see you do that more people could do.
Okay.
And you're one of the first people I noticed to do this life hack.
Okay.
And maybe it's but if there was ever a rough moment between you and Gav or any of our kids, you're always very good to sit them down and explain to them that your reaction is not their fault. You take responsibility for how you act, and it opens it up for them to take responsibility for how they act. And you don't blame them for your side. And that in turn taught me, because I've lost my temper with Gavin. I've lost my temper with Jones. I've lost it with Millie. I've lost it with you. I've lost it with myself. Like, I think that's something a lot of parents could do better is, you know, it's easy to justify our anger in the moment and pin it on them. But how many actually sit down and say, hey, I yelled, that was not your fault.
That was a hard thing too. It's a very hard thing to do because a lot of people, as you know, we've talked about this before, but these people don't know that, it's hard to take responsibility whenever you fork up. Like, it's really hard to take responsibility. A lot of people assume that taking responsibility means that everyone's going to hate you, but taking responsibility is so much more freeing than you could ever imagine. And what you're talking about that I do that like that, I wasn't always like that, especially with Gavin. I mean, I was always reacting versus responding with him and yelling and screaming a lot. I didn't know how to do any of it. And so I had to learn. But so I wasn't always like that.
Do you remember doing morning tickles with him to wake him up?
Of course.
How
cool
cool.
Way to wake him up.
Because no matter how the day ended the night before, like, you always started his day off as good as you could.
Maybe we should start doing that again. Maybe that'll
maybe now that he's graduating high school and go you just wake him up the morning of graduation with tickling the crap out of him.
Except now my nails are really pointy and I probably hurt him a lot.
Also, his room smells like teenage boy.
I know.
But like, no matter what the day was before, like, you made sure I've learned about personal development from you. The first 5 minutes of your day kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
And you would get that kid laughing to the point where he couldn't walk. And that was always fun to see.
I tried really hard. I wanted to make up for any of the crap I did before. So I was trying to just do my best and keep him happy.
What's harder, or what was harder, I should say, being a single parent or teaching me how to load a dishwasher properly?
Oh my gosh.
Because I'll be honest, I didn't know there was a wrong way to load it.
Well, yes.
But there is. And
you still haven't learned it, so I don't know if I've done a very good job at that.
Getting closer.
Closer every day, but you know, since I'm not home as much anymore, I don't really see it. So as long as it gets done, I get happy.
Yeah. Which I'm not even good at keeping it all done, but I try and get as much in there as possible with everything fitting. The way you do it is you know, you put the puzzle together. Yeah. I just get all the pieces in the box.
It's witchcraft and sorcery.
It kind of is. It's like watching you play Tetris, but
cooler.
Like the fact that you can fit all the pots and pans and plates on the same thing, and it just baffles my mind.
But see, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't make sense that you don't see it or that other people don't see it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's not logical that people don't just see that there is a better way or a best way to do that.
And it's funny, you could stand there and watch me do it, and I'd probably do worse.
Yeah.
Because I'd be thinking.
Because you're watching.
So, okay.
My nose is all like funky.
What's something about your experience as a single mom that makes it easier to deal with me? Because I know I'm not always easy.
You're not. Deal with you just in general as a human, or like as a parent, or as a husband? Which part?
All of it, or however you want to answer that question is fine.
Well, this is kind of weird, But so during my first marriage, and most of my life prior to that, I was not good at needing to fix things right now. Many of the fights I had with my ex-husband were simply because he needed space and I didn't understand that, and we needed to fix it right now. But it wasn't until I was around Gavin all the time that I realized that's what he needed. He needed space. I needed to not be like, you're like, in the moment when you're having a lot of high emotions, it doesn't make sense to talk about things and fix things because no one is rational in that moment.
Yeah.
And so as a single mom, I learned how to maneuver around that and make it so I gave Gavin his time. If he went to his room, took some breaths, whatever it was, before we talked about all the real things. And that helped me because you like to fix things all in the moment as well. And so I think if I was also still like that, it would not have lasted.
Yeah.
It would have not been very good. We'd have a lot more explosive things. I know we had all that explosion the first year before we got married, but I think it would have been a lot worse.
I think so.
So I think that because I learned all of that and how to deal like that, it helped me because I was calm and needed hey, we got let's pause. Let's talk tomorrow. I think that helped, even though I know sometimes you hate that, or it's just hard for you.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I've always been the quick fixer, not of my own problems. I needed to fix everyone else, and so when there's big emotions or something wrong, and maybe I perceive something that I think would just fix it, my brain doesn't always remember that there's no room for logic in this moment anyway.
Yeah.
And so I know if I keep poking, eventually the balloon pops. And so, again, like the dishwasher, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to get 2% better, as you've taught me.
Yes.
And so, anyways. So.
Am I doing okay?
You're doing great.
All right.
No one's
I haven't listened to your podcast, so I don't actually know if I'm being good like everyone else was.
Well, I am actually not recording. I'm just... I'm just doing this, so I got no finish to that joke. You're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing great. I actually only had 2 more questions for you, but it's a free-flowing conversation. So however it goes is how it goes.
Okay.
I try and keep it around 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
So, except for Josh Connor went for an hour, but he treated it like one of his long-distance runs where he just goes. So, what do you think? Okay.
Okay.
What do you wish more people understood about single moms?
So many things. One, that we aren't helpless. A lot of people think that just because we ask for something with help, that means we can't do anything. I got that a lot when I was dating, men trying to come in and be the savior and save us.
Yeah.
And I told you when we first started dating, I don't need a husband. I wanted one. It wasn't because I didn't need you, because I thought that it made our family complete. I made a big point to talk about that with Gavin, that our family was our family as it was with him and I. There were families are together forever, even small ones.
Yeah.
Whether I married ever again or not, then it didn't matter because I didn't need that. And I think that a lot of people think that just because a woman goes out on a date with someone and they have a kid, that they're immediately wanting to get married. I had a date with the one guy this one time who didn't know that I had a kid because I was just set up on a blind date, and I kept talking about Gavin and they were really confused. And he's like, "Who is this person you're talking about?" And I was like, "Gavin, it's my son. He was 2. My 2-year-old." And he goes, "I'm not ready to be a dad." And I was like, "Well, I thought we were just having dinner, but okay." It was just very that's a big thing, that people constantly think that you need saving.
Yeah.
Again, there are a lot of times that help is needed but it's not because I'm a single mom. It's because there are 2 of us, and one of them happens to be a tiny human.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me being single mom. It's just I'm a human who can't do everything all by myself, even though I tried.
Yeah.
you know?
I remember distinctly, like the first day we were talking, maybe not the first night, but the next day, you were very upfront, like, hey, just so you know, I have a 7-year-old boy about to be 8, and he comes with the package, but if that's too much for you, that's fine. We don't need you to save us.
Yeah.
Like, that was verbatim what you said. And then one of the times when I was having cold feet about relationship or caught lying or something, I tried to pin it on not wanting to let you and Gavin down. And you were like, I don't need you. I've done this for 7 years. This is not about me and Gavin. This is about you figuring your shit out. Yeah. And I don't need you. And those were moments where I'm like, she doesn't. This is a badass. Yeah. And so anyway.
Yeah, that'd be one of the most things, is that we don't need saving at all.
No.
Like, Gavin and I didn't need saving, even though Gavin was on the lookout for a special stepdad constantly.
Yeah.
But, you know, I did. But also, like, I got flack before for being, I don't want to use the word picky, but choosy. Especially because I didn't date for a very long time. I went on dates, and it wasn't until about 2015 where I really started to, like, when I dated someone seriously before you.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and it was really hard because I watched other friends of mine who got divorced around the same time or after me, and then they were getting remarried again. That was really hard. But, like, I needed to make sure that whoever I brought into his life was going to treat him and love him, and I wasn't just going to bring someone into his life who then would be leaving in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fair. So anyone I dated, like, went on dates with, if they met Gavin, it was just with other friends, or they already knew him. Like, I dated one guy who Gavin already knew, but it wasn't like something special like that. Then it was Zach, and so Zach was the first one that I dated, and but it took a long time. But that was because Gavin was the most important thing. I wasn't ever, again, it goes back to the me not needing someone.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't, like, needing to have a man come over because I needed a second human.
Yeah.
And I think, and I actually talked to Gavin about this when we were talking about whether he was going to go to school or not, that, I mean, I moved to Utah when I was 20. And at 21, I was told I was an old maid because I wasn't married yet by my boss. But, like, I didn't get married until I was 26.
Yeah.
So I had 6 years of living with roommates or on my own, and I knew how to take care of things. I knew how to do that. And so I always think that everyone should live by themselves and have experience how to do things on their own. But, like, I don't know that I would have had the same experience as a single mom and lasted and waited so long had it not been for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I need to tell people, when we got married, there was a toolbox, and it wasn't mine.
Yep.
Like, you had the tools, you just figured things out, and that's always your attitude of, if something's wrong, you're like, okay, let's figure it out. You're very quick to want to build something. That's your mentality, because you figure stuff out.
Yeah. I like to, though. I like to do that.
Yeah.
I like to solve problems.
Which probably was a great benefit as a single mom.
Yes.
And then when you see people like one of my buddies who post stuff about single moms or divorced people and all that, and he steals my joke, and then you're very quick to not put up with it. You call people out on stuff like that, and I love it.
I posted one time, like, years ago, obviously, I posted one time on my Facebook that I asked people genuinely, I was like, do you immediately discredit, or if you are a single human and you're trying to date, are you just skipping past the single moms?
Yeah.
Like, and why is that? Like, just asking. Like, it wasn't like a judgment thing. It was like, I want to know what makes it that you don't want to. Because I also had people telling me that I should pretend like I didn't have a kid until, like, they was dating someone for 3 or 4 months. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense whenever I can't do things because it's a school night.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. I have sole custody of Gavin. He's with me all the time. I can't do that. It doesn't make sense. I don't even think I even talked to Gavin on the phone till after our first date, which was 3 months, 4 months after we started talking.
But I always knew about him.
Yeah,
I knew about his day.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about what you guys were going through. I knew about his baptism. I knew about his birthday. I knew about your guys' trip for his birthday.
Uh-huh.
I knew about all those things. And so when I started talking to him on the phone before I met him in person, like, it was really easy to talk to him. And I'm grateful for how you handled that, because it's not fair to him to introduce someone after the first date and make it seem like it might be a bigger deal than it is.
Correct. It's definitely not fair to them, and especially at a younger age. I know that my ex-husband moved right in with the woman that he was with right after, and he said because it was better for Gavin to have the family right away. Whether that's what he believes, and I'm not trying to discredit that, but that's not how I felt.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to be the best mom for Gavin that I could without the support of someone else.
Yeah. Because
how am I going to continue to be his mom with someone else if I'm always replacing if it feels like I'm replacing him as the most important person in my life, if that makes sense.
Totally. No, absolutely. I remember when we were driving out to Springdale for this is the second day I met him. It's a 40-mile drive, and 15 miles into it, he was like, "Is he going to be my special stepdad?" And I was just like, I laughed.
Yeah.
But I was like, you had been telling him it wouldn't be anyone until it was someone special.
Because he asked a lot.
Yeah. And I'm sure he wanted that. But you made it very clear, like...
Well, and two, like, I mean, his dad was remarried by that point. He had a sister. So they were, he saw that over there, and he wondered why that for me. I had to tell him I needed to find someone that was special, that wasn't just for me. It wasn't just for me.
No.
So...
Well, every time he wonders why I'm still here, I have to remind him that he had to say yes, too.
That is true.
I had to get his permission, because if me and him weren't clicking...
I would have said no right away.
Because it's not fair to him.
Correct.
At that age, And so...
And like when I started dating Zach, I asked Gavin several times what he felt being around Zach. Was he scared?
Yeah.
Was he uncomfortable? Like, I mean, he was only 7, but I wanted to make sure that he felt safe.
Yeah.
Because I know there were other times with other relationships that his father had that he didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want that to be what our house was like.
Yeah.
I wanted him to feel safe. Because he also wants to protect me all the time.
Still.
As you know.
Absolutely. I hope that never leaves him. I hope he doesn't feel the pressure to, but like you can't shed a tear within a mile without him coming to run to your help.
And Jones too.
And Jones now. Millie usually causes the tear. I'm just kidding. She's actually very protective of you as well.
Yeah.
If she ever hears you crying, she says, "Is mommy sad? Can I go hug her?" Like, she's very protective of you. So, okay. How long, when you first start being a single mom, I'm not going to say I know it's scary or I understand. I'm not going to try and even try to relate to me knowing what that's like.
Okay.
But is there a moment where you realize you've gone from just surviving to being able to laugh again? Like, laugh with him, laugh on your own when he's not there? Like, is there a moment where you realize you're starting to laugh again?
I don't know that there was ever a defining moment. There were lots of little moments that, accomplish those things. But I don't know that there was ever, like, this big aha kind of thing. Because I still felt inadequate when you and I started talking. Like, and that was 7 years later.
Yeah.
And there were still moments that I was like, I don't have all my shit together. Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, for the first 6 months after the divorce, he slept in the bed with me because I just wanted him there.
Yeah.
And there were little moments that we had, but I don't know that there was one defining moment of that.
But I think you probably did a good job of laughing over time. I'll give you an example of that. Before I even talked to Gavin on the phone, I was on the phone with you one night, and you were like, "Hey, Bug," and you call him Bug, and all of a sudden you were like, "Stop that," and he kind of pushed him away, and you were both laughing, and you told me what happened was he came over to you, and he goes, "Did you feel that?" And he had farted on you while you were talking to me, and then you were both laughing. He's not going to do that unless he knows it's a safe spot to have fun and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, that is something that is said in general about kids. If your kids are loud and crazy in your home, it's because they feel safe.
Yeah.
If they are quiet and sitting, that means they're afraid of you. So the more that they're willing to do those kind of silly things, the more they feel safe around you. As annoying as it is sometimes when you and I can't finish sentences and it's all loud and obnoxious.
They feel safe.
They feel safe. And so, I worked, and I still work really hard to make Gavin feel safe around me, because there were many years that I know he did not.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other reason why that question is a little bit difficult, because I wasn't in a good place myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't in a good place myself. So, I had to just take any of the fun times. Like, something came up in my memory when we were playing with tape in my kitchen in the apartment. And we had all like the tape on our faces and stuff. It was weird when we would do things like that. And then other times, it was not like that. But so I just tried as best as I knew how, every moment that I could, every stage of everything. That's what I meant to say. Try and do the best in the moment for where I was, because I can't. Where I am is perfect in the moment for everything.
Yeah.
And so, where I was in that moment wasn't the best, but I was perfect for doing this thing. So I had to do the best at this. We have sleepovers. We did all those things. And so I just tried to make it as best I could.
Yeah. Well, I think you did a much better job than you will ever give yourself credit for.
Yeah.
I don't try and correct you, because we just fight over the perception of how you were as a single mom. And I wouldn't have that be the topic of this recorded conversation if I was ashamed of anything about it. So just know you did amazing. And as much as you're not a single mom, you still kind of are with him. You're it. You're the one that's been there from the day he was born to now. I'm here as much as I can be, as much as he wants me to be, always will be. That won't change. But you're the only constant that's been there, whether it's writing an email to stand up to him to a teacher, or encouraging him with his music, or laughing, or giving me a different perception. If something happens that bothers me, you give me a different way to look at it. You've been the only constant in his life. And there's no one that makes him laugh like you do. And right now, he doesn't even laugh. He gives you that look of, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah. And then he does that new thing that he does where he'll just make something inconvenient for you.
Yeah.
So say if your book, can I see your book? So if I was reading this book right here, he would just be
yeah.
He would just close it. Because that was funny to him. He does those kind of things.
Or if he says something and you correct him and he goes, that's what I said. Just the same thing. Yeah. So I have said it before and I'll say it again. Every good quality about the man he has become goes to his mom. Just like the stripping warriors in the Book of Mormon. And people with bad moms end up like Ted Bundy. People with dead moms end up like me. And people with good moms are because of people like you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't have to do that.
I know.
All my clothes are on, so. No.
For now.
Oh, gosh.
You've set a record.
What?
First person to cry on this podcast.
Well, that doesn't take much for me to cry. At all.
Well,
so.
It took 28 minutes, so I don't know how long we've been recording, but
I don't know.
I've enjoyed it.
Me too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm willing to do it again.
I'm sure I'll have you on again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have you do what Dustin did. When I don't have anything, I'm just going to hit record and let you do the substitute teacher episode. And you talk for however many minutes you want.
Oh, don't do that. That's dangerous.
Up to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Dustin did, I think, 13. Go nuts.
We have a show coming up with Dustin.
We do. May 29th. It's pretty much sold out.
Yes, it is sold out. Other than the little bit of comps that I have left and a couple other things. But I'm excited.
Then we'll have another show in December. Or January, whenever we do, because we do it twice a year.
Yeah, I have to email Jeremy and figure out when we're doing 2027 shows.
Also, I keep getting weird offers, and I keep saying no to them, but if more offers keep, like Andy Gold's trying to get a date, there's certain comedians I won't say no to, so I might have dates. There might be other shows.
As I told you, I told you that right now with your break from doing comedy is for the right reason. I mean, look what just happened.
Yeah.
But anytime something comes up, it's a case-by-case situation, and you pray about it and decide whether that's what you want to do or not. Not, okay, I gave up comedy for this little bit of time, now it's back again. Like, it needs to be, ward firesides. And
Thanks, Bishop.
yeah, that's great.
Though it's, well, you've been supportive of it. You were much supportive of me not stopping. But yeah, 32 minutes.
32 minutes.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, part of it was you running to go get my water. So.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, you referenced Zach. Tell the people who Zach was. Just kidding.
Oh, I was just
kidding. I was just kidding. Zach was the boyfriend before me.
Yeah, it was the only other serious boyfriend I had the whole time.
And I am so grateful for him.
He just needed, it was, I will say, so like, the thing is that you make a list when you're a single mom or a single person in general about this person you want to be with. And then you meet this person and then it ends up, they cross certain things off your list, but then you're like, oh, I don't want that anymore. Like, I had to be all four legs for his table. Mm-hmm. I needed to support him in all the ways. He very much leaned on me all of the time. And I thought that's what I wanted, and it wasn't. But had I not gone through that, I would have been that for you, which wouldn't have helped you during dealing with all the stuff that you wrote. Because there's no way that person who I was when I was dating Zach would have told you to go say nice things to yourself in the mirror.
No. And the person who I was heavily involved with years before I met you loved when I don't know, loved is the right word, but if I would drop everything and sacrifice stuff, mm-hmm. I didn't go see my dad on Father's Day because it was going to make her sad because whatever. That meant a lot. So my codependency fit into what
her needs were.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Had I not been so stressed with that whole thing the whole time, mm-hmm. I don't know if I could have, like, when I dated you, I didn't feel stressed to keep you happy. Mm-hmm. I just felt happy being around you. Yeah. And I think I needed to experience that to accept what I really wanted.
Now, how has that changed over the last 8 years?
I still get naked in front of you. Oh my gosh. Just kidding.
I was saying about you being happy.
I'm still happy. I absolutely. So, Reader's Digest version, I drug my feet, had a lot of anxiety.
Oh, I thought you talked about that when you talked about living in your car. You didn't talk about that?
I didn't go into the morning of our wedding.
Oh, jeez. These people have no idea what we're talking about.
Huge cliffhanger. Jeez. I pretty much almost ruined our whole relationship the morning of our wedding. And then I had this really peaceful moment where all of a sudden everything I was scared of was just gone. And I told Kristen, I said, hey, if I start to freak out again, I need you to remind me of right now. And she's like, why? What's happening? I was like, I'm excited to marry you. And I'm at complete peace. That peace has never left for half a second. Like, it's mm-hmm. always been there and that was like an hour before we were supposed to be at the temple.
Pretty much. Well, no, I was in the shower.
Yeah. I was in the shower.
You were in the shower.
You were getting,
I came home.
Yeah. And I remember telling you, like, I need you to remind me of this moment. Because I just expected it, and it's just never gone away. So.
Well, good.
Our relationship by no means has been the Disney perfect thing. Mm-hmm. But no one's is. We've gone through our ups and downs and trials. Mm-hmm. I've put you through the ringer. Yeah. And I can still laugh with you.
That's good.
And from the day we met, we've never gone 24 hours without talking.
That is true.
So it hasn't wavered. So, like I've said, if something ever goes wrong, I'm not even going to try to find another one. If the kids get a stepmom, that's up to you. Yeah. Shout out Andrea. Just kidding.
Or Jaylee.
Or Jaylee.
I mean, really.
Neither one of them listen to this either.
That's okay.
Anyways, I love you.
I love you too. I'm sorry I was like sniffing the whole time.
Oh, you're fine.
Even before we cried. I cried. You didn't cry. Before I cried.
Do you want me to cry?
That's up to you, babe.
Not tonight.
Okay. Thanks, friends.
Thanks. That was a conversation with my beautiful wife, Kristen. Again, you've heard the episode or where I've talked about living in my car and the struggles I've had. I need to do an episode where I talk really about how much my life has changed for the better because of Kristen and continues to. She's been my biggest cheerleader I've ever had in my life and continues to be even 8.5 years into this thing we call marriage. So appreciate your indulgence and having her on. She'll be back maybe as a substitute teacher, guest host, but she'll be back on the podcast and she deserves it. Anyway, again, we have an email, faithandfunny@gmail.com. Please send me your inquiries, your questions, your comments, your jokes, your faith stories, your struggles, whatever. I just want to hear from you. Hope you have a good week. Another episode up next Monday.